If you've ever finished a job, looked at what you charged, and thought, man, that should have been a good one, but the money still isn't there, then we need to talk about what you're not seeing. Because most jobs don't lose money in obvious ways. They lose money in small ways that just add up fast. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out, they've got a great reputation, they're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort, and it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. All right, this is one of those topics that don't get talked about enough, but it's where a lot of your profit is actually going. Hidden costs. And when I say sudden, I don't mean they're secret. I mean, they are easy to overlook and easy to underestimate or just not fully account for. And over time, they start to just eat away at the profit on every single job. So let's break this down in a real way. When you price a job, most contractors are thinking about the obvious things: materials, labor, maybe a little extra for overhead. And on paper, it looks fine. But what gets missed are all the small things that don't show up clearly in that estimate. Things like time. And I'm not talking time on the job, but the time before it even starts. Driving, quoting, back and forth communication, delays. All of that time has a cost, even if you're not writing it down. Then you've got inefficiencies. A job that should take 4 hours suddenly takes 6. Someone runs back to grab a part. Something doesn't go as planned. You lose time in ways that feel normal, but it adds up. And here's the thing. Most of the time, you don't go back and adjust for that. You just move on to the next job. So that lost time comes straight out of your profit. Then there's overhead. And this is a big one. Your truck, your tools, insurance, software, rent, utilities, all of these things that it takes to truly run your business that don't belong to one specific job, but absolutely impact every single one. And if you're not spreading that cost correctly across your jobs, you're underpricing without even realizing it. Then you've got the callbacks. And this one hurts. You finish a job and then you have to go back. And maybe you don't charge for it. Maybe you eat the cost to keep your customer happy, which I totally get. But that time, that labor, that extra trip, it comes straight out of your profit. And when this happens consistently, it really does become a pattern. It's not a one-off anymore. And then there are these little things that feel too small to matter. Maybe extra materials, fuel, wear and tear, credit card fees. And individually, they don't seem like a big deal. But across multiple jobs, week after week, they quietly chip away at what you really should be keeping. And this is where most contractors get frustrated because from their perspective, they are doing everything right. They're working hard, they're staying busy, they're getting jobs done. But no one ever showed them how to account for all of this in a way that actually protects their profit. So instead, they assume the problem is something bigger. I need more jobs. I need better clients. When in reality, it's what's happening inside each job. That's the real issue here. So here's what I want you to start doing. After your next job, I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself, what did this job actually cost me? not just materials, but everything. Time, labor, overhead, any extra trips, anything that didn't go as planned. And start looking at your jobs this way, and you're going to see things that you didn't see before. And that's really where things start to change. Because once you see where your profit is leaking, you can actually do something about it. You can adjust pricing, you can tighten processes, you can make better sound decisions. But none of that happens until you see it clearly. And listen, this isn't about being perfect. It's just about being aware, because awareness is what leads to better numbers. So if this is hitting you, go back to the last few episodes. They really do build on each other. And if you want to see this faster, that's exactly what I do with business owners. No pressure, just clarity. If this hit, there is a reason. Most businesses aren't broken. They just don't have clear visibility into where the money's actually going. So if you want help finding it, grab my free Profit Edge playbook or book a quick session with me. You'll find everything in the show notes. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you don't miss what's next.